Hi, I'm Anirudh Masurkar from the iBear MBA program, and I'll be making a presentation on Merck KGaA. Merck is one of the oldest pharmaceutical and chemical company in the world, and it has been around since 1668. It was founded in Darmstadt, Germany, where its headquarters is still there, and has a total revenue of 19.6 billion euros. It's mainly in innovative therapies like onco, neurology, and cardiovascular, and present in 180 countries. The American Merck is, or we call it as Merck and Company, is an offshoot of Merck KGaA. Why I chose Merck was a very obvious reason that I got the opportunity to work there for 9 years in the India business. And it's apart from my personal connect, it's a very vibrant and profitable company focused on innovation and providing access to patients, especially in rare diseases. Uh, in this report, I aim to provide a guide for potential investors. If you look at the P&L, I have segregated the key parts, that is the net profit, the net sales, and the profit margin. uh, we see that there's been a steady increase in the net sales, even though the growth was slightly lesser compared to the previous year because of the COVID related issues. But we certainly see that the profit margin has grown by 40% in the last 2 years. And more importantly, if you see the profit margin, it has touched more than 20% in 2021 despite all the challenges. One of the reasons that it can be attributed was the US FDA approval of the innovative drug of avelumab. If you overview the balance sheet, we see that it's quite a liquid company where the net assets have increased slightly by 0.7%, and the main increases on the asset side is related to current assets, that is at 198 million. The net equities also side and saw an increase. On the other hand, the liabilities have declined by 133 million. The overall equity ratio has increased slightly to 21.8% compared to 21.1% in 2020. If we look at the stock market performance at the Frankfurt Stock Exchange, we see that the stock price has also continuously seen a growth. It saw its peak at around 231 euros in the same year, but the overall prospects are good. It paid a dividend of $181 million compared to 168 million in the previous year, with a yield of 1.04. And the PE ratio of 22.36 is also a very positive sign. Looking at the key data points, as I mentioned earlier, also the profit margin has seen a steady uh, increase, and compared to the industry standards of 10 to 15%, they have a pretty high margin. And the current ratio above 1 indicates that it has a very sufficient liquidity. And we see that the ROE has also seen a constant surge from 2018 onwards. If you look at the growth prospects, because that's very important to understand the shareholders' confidence, it follows a risk diversion strategy, but it has a very strong pipeline, and we have seen that in the last 3 years, like three of their key molecules have received approvals, and that could become very positive for them. And it's a company which has always focused on science and technology and innovation, so that should give them an edge. Uh, the Merck family is still owning a majority percentage of that, but they look at acquiring and merging to with other companies to drive their growth. Finally, to conclude, the top three reasons I feel why Merck stock should be in your portfolio is: one is the strong R&D driven pipeline, second, the continuous profitably year on year and with a decent dividend payout, And finally, they are a very highly solvent company with a current ratio above 1, which indicates a high liquidity. Thank you very much.